Good evening, tubers. KingGrimlock back, finally, for another Grimgram. And first off, as ever, a little bit of housekeeping. I'd like to say a massive thank you to Dreadwind's Ghost, Glenn, for his shout-out in one of his recent videos. Always very, very, very lovely to hear. Thank you, good sir. Thank you, good sir. If you don't check out Glenn, go now. And if you like listening to Glenn, go here. His podcast, absolutely fantastic piece of podcasting. The guys are doing a wonderful job and well worth checking out. Secondly, I would like you to go here, here, and here to check out the 2009 Auto-Assembly script reading. A, it was fantastic. B, it was written by Simon Furman. And C, it starred Greg Berger. It starred Ian James Corlett. It starred Nick Roche, Simon Williams, Mr. Chris McFeely, Mr. Sammy, Mr. Soundwave SG1, and me. Yeah, that's right, I walk on stage and ham up Razorbeast something fierce. If you enjoy that voice, for some bizarre reason, I don't know why you would, I will do that as my 100 subscriber video. I will read every one of you guys out, one of my subscribers out, in the Razorbeast voice with the snorty laugh, just for you, Hot Rod G1 Phil. Just for you, buddy. And speaking of doing things for people, we come on to tonight's review of Transformers Animated Blurr. Now, Dan, Jazz the Meister, requested I did this roughly a month ago. Maybe even a little bit longer. But due to technical issues, I haven't been reviewing. So, here he is, finally. Transformers Animated Blurr. I'm back, people. Now, what is there to say about Blurr that hasn't been said before as far as the animated toy goes? I mean, the guy got whacked off fairly quickly at the start of Season 3 after making a good appearance in Season 2. But the toy itself is phenomenal. I remember I first saw this in the States when I was over there visiting and didn't pick it up. I don't know why, to be honest, having got it, but there was something about it that in the packaging I just didn't like. But you miss the details when you look at it in the packaging. You really do. The different cuts and the lines on the figure. I mean, it's utterly beautiful. The styling on it is Blurr. It screams Blurr. And if you're reading the current ongoing series, then you'll notice that it's actually quite a lot of those design aspects are taken from this. And as you can see on the front, he is an Autobot Elite Guard. I mean, there is a few things to say. I mean, this pattern down the side, very reminiscent of animated Soundwave, actually, which was quite a weird one. I don't really have too much to say on this mode, other than it is fairly spectacular. It's a faithful representation. The colour scheme is nice, if not great. The build quality on it's not brilliant, to be honest. I have quite a few little flecks and marks on mine, which it was like out of packaging. But the design aspect of it is utterly fantastic. It is let down by a gaping rear end, and a little bit of bot kibble. You can quite easily make out what's where on there. What you don't make out, of course, is that they're his legs, not these bits here. It's quite nice. And also the pointless. Oh, terrible gimmick. Ready? Yeah, use that in the show. Gone. Never to be seen again. Detailing is lovely. I mean, there's some lovely sculpting. It's typical of the animated line. It's absolutely typical. It's basically done, but done beautifully well. For alt mode, I'd almost go as far as say this is one of my favourites from the entire series, actually, from the entire series of toys. There's something about it that just really, really nice. I don't know why I turned it down the first opportunity. I mean, the fact you can see through the wheels, Tron style. If you haven't seen that trailer, go and see it. Oh! Yeah, I mean, I could go on for not that long about this guy, to be honest, because he is just what he is. He is a very nice, stylised car. Doesn't roll very well, but he is perfect for the animated line. I'm going to get onto the bot mode, because the bot mode is what impresses me the most. And here we have animated Blurr in his quite amazing robot mode. The first thing you notice about this guy is the length of his legs and the arms. I mean, he's perfectly elongated in his proportions. You know, there's something about it that just screams speed, that screams, you know, Blurr. I don't know it's a faithful representation of the animated model from the show, but the fact that they've managed to get this into a toy, you know, you think about how short the car was. Not short, but you know, it's quite a compact car, especially on the underside. It's not that much there, and it comes out in this beautifully elongated figure. first thing you'll notice straight away is that I put the shield on the hand. I'll go on ones. No. I don't like it there. I think it clutters him, and also it's not that nice. But you're left with this horrible kibble-esque bit on the back. You know what you need to do? You get these beautiful, 2 pegs, 2 ports. It's like it's designed for it. Plug it in if you can. I don't know, it tidies it up more. It makes the figure more lovable. I mean, he's perfect as far as I'm concerned. This is just about one of the best deluxes in the entire line. You'll see him standing here, and he's so highly posable. The articulation is amazing. You've got ball jointed shoulders, you've got twist and a ball joint on the arm. Nothing at the wrist, but that's it's built in. At the hips, you've got ball jointed hips, twist or sort of semi twist at the top of the thigh. I'm never going to find that good. Bend at the knee, twist at the top of the ankle, and then you've got the individual toe point joints. So you can get quite a good balance on him. He does require some tinkering to get him to balance at times. But you can pose this guy. He's highly, highly poseable. I'd like to point straight away is the quality of the face, the quality of the head sculpt. There's something about him that's just beautiful, and is exceptionally expressive. There's something about him that really characterises the figure. Colour scheme again is perfect. You've got the Elite Guard symbol. Forgot about the waist articulation. Always nice to see. Hasbro, you remembered on this, but not Revenge of the Fallen Bludgeon. Go figure. What I'm going to do is just want to show you quickly the extent of the articulation on this guy. And the reason being is, let's be fair, there aren't many toys that you can pose low running. I mean, look at the articulation that is required to get the guy balanced in this pose. Kudos Hasbro, you nailed this guy. Absolutely nailed him. I just hope that whatever you did with this, you've learnt from, because it is immense. You owe yourself as Transformers collectors to own this guy, just purely so you can see what can be done when the effort's put into it by the company. Oh, just... yeah, you ain't going to do it now. Buy him.